This is a review for Chapter 9, Management 481. Last chapter, here we go. It's a short one too, so I'm very excited. The first term is acquisition. This is the purchase of one company by another. Next is alliance management capability. This is a firm's ability to effectively manage 3 alliance-related tasks. 1, partner selection, which is forming alliances. 2, alliance design. And 3, post-alliance design management. So alliance management capability is basically the ability to make alliances, manage them well, and what you do after managing them, how you use that to get a competitive advantage. Next is build, borrow, buy framework. This is a conceptual model that aids firms in deciding whether to purchase, build, or enter, borrow, or buy. So basically, should a business get new resources? Should it build a new site? The build, borrow, buy framework helps businesses decide. That kind of rhymed. Next is complementary assets. These are assets such as marketing, manufacturing, and after-sales service that are needed to commercialize a new product. So complementary assets are not necessarily the product you're selling, but you're going to need to market the product. You're going to need to have services like good customer service after you sell it to add value to that product. Next is co-opetition. This is cooperation by competitors to achieve a strategic objective. So it's kind of like competition, but it's not competitive, they're working together. So co-opetition, like co being together, like cohabitate. Next is corporate venture capital, CVC. This is equity investments by established firms in enterprises, that's a mouthful, entrepreneurial ventures. So corporate venture capital is basically when you have stake in entrepreneurs' businesses. Equity alliance. This is partnership in which at least one partner takes partial ownership in the company. So they have equity in the company. Explicit knowledge. This is knowledge that can be codified. So it's about a process or a product that you can write down on paper and give to someone. Horizontal integration. This is the process of merging with competitors leading to industry consolidation. So if a bunch of soda companies just merged into one, then this would be less competition, horizontal integration. Hostile takeover. This is acquisition in which the target company does not wish to be acquired. So like that first word, acquisition, it's when a company is acquired, but they don't want to be bought. Next is learning races. These are situations in which both parties in a strategic alliance are motivated to form an alliance for learning, but the rate at which the firms learn may vary. So if people were in the same industry, like maybe AI, maybe Gemini and ChatGPT will partner together to make AI faster, not necessarily to compete with each other, but just to get people liking AI, which will be better for the industry. Kind of building up the industry before worrying about competition. Next is managerial hubris. Hubris is kind of like cockiness or arrogance, and so managerial is probably cockiness amongst the managers. Let's hear the definition. A form of self-delusion in which managers convince themselves of their superior skills in the face of clear evidence on the contrary. So Michael Scott might be a good example of this. I don't know that he was the best manager. I mean, maybe. Scranton did do pretty well, but managerial hubris would be a manager's not super good, but they think they're good. Next is a merger. This is the joining of 2 independent companies to form a combined equity. So one company isn't necessarily acquiring another, they're merging. What was that? I think Phillips 66 and started with a C. They merged, I believe one maybe bought the other, but Merging, that wasn't the best example. I didn't even know the name, sorry. Merging two companies coming together. Next is non-equity alliance. This is a partnership based on contracts between firms. So no one has stake in the other company, it's just contractual. Next is real options. These are choices that afford managers the right but not the obligation to make further investments. So it's a real option. You can do it, but you don't have to do it. Real options perspective. This is approach to strategic decision making that breaks down a larger investment decisions into a set of smaller decisions that are staged sequentially over time. So basically it's looking at your options and saying, are these good for the company, good investments? Only 3 more terms. We have relational view of competitive advantage. This is a strategic management framework that proposes that critical resources and capabilities frequently are embedded in strategic alliances that span firm boundaries. So basically, assets are embedded in strategic alliances. When you work with someone, you're getting something. So this is a relational view of competitive advantage. Strategic alliances. We went over this last chapter real quick, basically just when 2 people are working together, sharing knowledge, resources, and capabilities. Tacit knowledge. This is kind of the opposite of explicit knowledge. This is knowledge that cannot be codified. It concerns knowing how to do certain tasks and can be acquired only through active participation in that task. I believe it's related to the word tactile, where like it's tangible, you can touch it. Tacit knowledge, you have to touch it, you have to be there, you have to learn on the job. In soccer, tacit knowledge might be like passing a ball. You can watch all the videos, but if you don't actually like practice and get into a game and hit the ball against the wall every day, you're not going to learn it, even if it's written down like explicitly, use the inside of your foot, etc. Whereas tactics, don't get it confused with tacit, but tactics would be explicit knowledge where you go into the room before the game and the coach tells you what to do and you codify it. All right. Oh, we're done with this class terms. I'm so happy. Thank you if you watched these videos and hope they were helpful.